Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dez Reacts back with another banger of a video, man. In this one, we got "This is why you never mess with elite special forces." I'd never seen this video before. This one was requested via Twitter, I think, or Instagram. This one is definitely Instagram. But man, this is gonna be a good one. I feel like, right? I think this just shows a bunch of different special forces throughout the world, and we're gonna see which one's the best at the end of the day, right? I hope you guys are having a great weekend. And a couple things I want to announce, man. One, notice how the getup's a little better, right? We got a little better camera, a little better lighting, and that's all thanks to you guys. Appreciate all your guys' love and support. And also shaved the little goatee, man. Hope y'all rocking with it. But without further ado, man, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and let me know your comments, right? Your thoughts and feelings on this video. And if you guys like to request videos, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, I will react to them, right? Most likely if I haven't seen it already. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video.
These are the most dangerous elite special forces in the world. You definitely don't want to mess with them, so don't give them a reason to have to come and find you. Because Korea's Special Mission Group definitely will. And they'll make it look easy, because they've been specially trained to be able to get into everything, and I'm not even kidding.
What in the world? What the hell we got into? Hold on, let me rewind it. These boys doing some James Bond, Call of Duty. Like, that's crazy, bro.
You definitely don't want
I gotta rewind it.
So don't give them a reason to have to come and find you. Because Korea's Special Mission Group definitely will. And they'll make it look easy, because they've been specially trained to be able to get into everything, and I'm not even kidding.
Guys, these are the dudes you want in like a hostage situation, 35th floor, armed gunman just has 5 hostages, right? These boys are gonna do the unexpected, right? They're gonna bust through that window so quick, doing all that ninja stuff, bro. That's crazy.
Watch as they expertly break into this bus for a counterterrorism drill. The speed and timing it must take to pull this off makes me glad I'm not the one they're looking for.
How can you move that quick onto a bus on a ladder? What's that on his back? Dude was holding the ladder on his back, bro.
Watch as they expertly break into this bus for a counterterrorism drill. The speed and timing it must take to pull this off makes me glad I'm not the one they're looking for. Getting into buildings isn't a problem for them either, and it doesn't matter which kind it is. Warehouses, skyscrapers, hotels, they can breach it all. This sort of deployment takes years of practice to get perfect, and one wrong move could cost them the whole mission. It's not just about simply rappelling down either. Everybody has a part to play. Whether it's holding the rope, breaking the window, or swinging in, each person has to be on their A game for it to work. Yeah, these guys are on another level. I mean, look at this guy. It takes a certain kind of fearless individual to be able to do something like this. But speaking of fearlessness, that's exactly what these soldiers need to make it through this military course. It's called the Lancero, and it's a rigorous training regime designed to push Colombian soldiers to their limits. It has grueling obstacle courses, heights training, and ziplining into strong currents.
So I'm assuming all of this is like special forces training, obviously, right? So these are, I'm pretty sure, showing every country's tier 1 units probably. Like, obviously some tier 1 units don't match up to SAS, Delta, SEAL Team 6, SBS, whatever, right? But it's their top dogs. And it's interesting to see the different trainings, because these people are like training for like their situations, right? Like America, UK, their training is more for like overseas deployments and stuff and clearing houses and stuff. These guys are like, you know, all like homeland stuff, it seems like.
All with the goal of preparing them for any kind of warfare. But if they want to make it through the course in one piece, they have to learn the importance of cooperation. Because if they want to accomplish some of these objectives, they can't do it alone. Yeah, these soldiers aren't messing around. If they're willing to go through this kind of training and conditioning, no thanks. I'll leave the jumping off bridges to the—
in that dirty ass water too, bro. I'm gonna say, I know damn well there's crocodiles in there. Probably piranhas. You know, it's all bad, bro. Probably snakes. Man.
Professionals. And I don't know which professionals designed this training exercise,
A hot
because
potato?
it seems dangerous to put it lightly. These Chinese soldiers are tasked to play the world's most
China is crazy, bro. That's a live bomb. Why? Why would you need to train for this? Why would you need to do this? Let me know in the comments right now why this training right here is very necessary to handle live bomb through 6 people. Let me know in the comments, please. I'm waiting.
wild version of hot potato by handling a live grenade off to each other until this happens. I guess it's some sort of high intensity training or something. They're lucky that none of them took a grenade to the chest.
All right, they're lucky none of them died.
I'm not doing that. I'm no Captain America. Get back! But it does seem like everyone in South Korea's special forces is. Breaking bricks with their head and running at full speed to concrete is no problem for them. And that's because these elite soldiers put themselves through extreme conditioning and intense taekwondo training to be able to do it. Using their athleticism, they're able to effortlessly jump in the air and kick boards in half, like something right out of the Matrix. And if that's not enough to convince you that these guys are superheroes, then I don't know what will.
What the hell, bro?
Weapon training alone gives me a real-life look at what it means to be an action hero. Yeah.
Taekwondo and stuff, you know, that stuff looks cool, right? It's really cool. Ninjas probably did it. Looks good in the movies, bro. But you match up versus the UK, USA, any other country, bro, that has bigger, better guns. Why would you need to do all that hand-to-hand combat, right? Hand-to-hand combat, I do not want to mess with these guys because they could probably do some crazy shit with, like, they'll probably whip out a sword and some katanas and, you know what I mean, them little nunchucks, bro.
Yeah, remind me not to get on their bad side.
It's crazy.
And don't mess with the Greek special forces either. Even something as simple as a plank can be taken to the extreme for them.
Oh my God.
Plank for more than 5 seconds. Meanwhile, this guy's over here doing one with 3 of his buddies standing on his back.
Can we talk about how that dude is a unit? Bro, you're a unit, man. That's crazy. He had 3 grown men standing on his back. Greek soldiers built different, I guess.
But then there's the soldiers from Taiwan's ARP, also called the Frogmen. They have to endure one of the harshest military training courses ever made, the Road to Heaven. In this drill, they have to crawl across sharp rocks in various ways, like crawling only using their hands and knees, or with their hands tied behind their backs. And if that doesn't sound bad enough, if they mess up, they have to start all over again. The instructors even pour salt water over the soldiers' open wounds to make the experience even more painful. I think it's safe to say that this is some of the most brutal training imaginable. But you know what?
Do you guys think they're pouring salt water on them to make it worse, or you think they're doing that to disinfect like all the cuts and stuff they're getting from these rocks? Because that's crazy, bro. I wouldn't do that.
Worse? Not liking and subscribing to the channel. Yeah, I'll see myself.
Go ahead and hit that sub button.
These North Korean soldiers gave a whole new meaning to thick skin. Over years of intense conditioning, they've somehow trained their bodies to be able to withstand heavy amounts of abuse. Their muscles are so strong that even sledgehammers do no harm. I mean, this guy has concrete smashed onto his chest while laying on a bed of nails and still gets up without a scratch. While this soldier takes it a step further by having bricks smashed on his head. Others don't even bother laying down and decide to break the concrete slabs by running head first into them. And it doesn't stop there. They can even jump over cars and bend metal rods only using their chest. Yeah, I'm convinced no weapon on planet Earth could take these guys down. I wouldn't even be surprised if their skin was bulletproof.
You're dead.
Why? What is that? I mean, laying on a bed of nails, are they torture training? Like, you know, or is that just part of their training? Is that, like, why? Laying on a bed of nails, getting a sledgehammer, breaking concrete on your chest.
These guys don't want to go down either. They want to go up. Luckily for them, they found the most genius way to do so. This Vietnamese tactical team are able to expertly scale a 30-foot wall in a slightly unconventional way.
Oh, that's old school. That's like knights and stuff.
Combat, surprising your opponent can be vital. So being able to quietly scale a wall with a wooden pole does give you certain tactical advantages. I think it's pretty clear when it comes to this team, if they're looking for someone, they'll do anything to find them. And when it comes to the Navy SEALs, It's survival of the fittest. And not everyone's cut out for it, because in order to make it into this unit, you have to survive a week of constant training and drills, also known as Hell Week. It starts with ruthless early morning exercises that often go on for hours. Most candidates operate only on a few hours of sleep each night, and spend most of their time running, doing physical training and obstacle courses. In an effort to show their commitment to the cause, soldiers are asked to carry logs with their teammates uphill. But if that wasn't enough, they're also forced to carry a raft from the beach all the way to the ocean. Some are even asked to carry their teammates on their backs. So yeah, no wonder only a few people make it through that. The Chinese special...
Sheesh, but you guys, let me know in the comments, you guys think you guys could complete Navy SEALs training? And obviously, guys, with all these trainings, they're not showing everything they do, right? Because not just be a super long, unnecessary video. But it's crazy, bro. All these elite units, bro, they're just pushing themselves to the limit. Like, it's crazy. That's why he said, you know, a lot of people fail.
Special forces train their soldiers in even worse conditions by making them endure weather as cold as -20 degrees Celsius. As part of their extreme weather training, they have to take snow baths, which involve throwing snow onto their bare skin. And target practice? Yeah, that's done outside too. In fact, everything's done outside, which means every single step they take is in the freezing cold snow. Even a hike is made 10 times worse because at any moment, they could slip on the rocks and fall all the way down. I mean, having to crawl on the ground is hard enough, but imagine having to crawl through the ice and stone snow. It takes a certain kind of willpower to be able to do that. The Royal Marines, on the other hand, have to bear a different kind of element: mud. This endurance test is designed for new recruits to test their mental and physical resilience. And since the whole thing is done in the mud, each movement they make requires everything they've got, but they have no choice but to keep going. In order to complete, they have to crawl, do sit-ups, and push and carry logs. All while having to endure the most excruciating pain their bodies ever felt. And you can't fall back or fall behind, because if you do, you and your entire team have to start all over.
Whoa, okay. I've never seen this training before. Question: does every Royal Marine go through this? Let me know in the comments. That's dope.
You have to be willing to do anything to finish, even if it means dragging your teammate to the end.
And honestly, it's probably kind of fun. I mean, obviously it's physically exhausting and grueling, but I mean, boys like mud, bro.
Must have a fear.
And if you don't, you're not a boy. I'm just playing.
Or drowning. But imagine you were drowning inside a helicopter.
Hello, how are you? I am under the water.
Lucky for us, we don't have to worry about that too much. But for the US Marines, that scenario isn't all that improbable. And this is where the Helo Dunker comes in, a machine that literally simulates an actual helicopter crash.
That's crazy.
It's all right,
Yeah, it's just all simulation, but that doesn't take away from the fact that drowning is still a very real possibility during the test. At any moment, one of these guys could make a mistake and lose consciousness underwater. So every second counts. They have to learn how to keep calm, how to control their breath, and more importantly, how to break the window and escape. Luckily,
I mean, honestly, I think that's a very necessary training if, you know, like, obviously America's spent millions on that machine. I mean, like, what? But you know, as much as, like, you know, the US, UK, whatever, that has very modernized stuff, they're more than likely going to travel on a helicopter if you're an elite unit, right? And it's really important, I feel like, to know how to be calm if your helicopter gets shot down, you're in the water, right? And it's just like spiraling in there. That's kind of what they're training for. It's crazy. I think it's necessary.
Weatherman training has nothing to do with water or the weather. These exercises are full of intense and cutthroat drills intended to push recruits farther than ever before. And it'll get these guys to ask themselves whether or not they actually want to be there. It's full of relentless physical and mental drills like dragging a partner's body, bear crawling, rolling through the sand, and river crossing with a rope. All of this while being yelled at by their sergeant.
Smith, what are you doing just looking around?
And you better know the mission statement by heart, because they're going to ask you to say it out loud, word for word, while doing pull-ups.
Who establish weather data networks while simultaneously...
And if you mess it up, you and your entire team are going to be punished.
Expertly employ...
Nope.
That's crazy, bro. That's tough. Would y'all be able to do that?
Get on the pull-up bar and say the mission statement.
So yeah, it's pretty intense. But you know what's even more intense? Having to cross a frozen lake. And in Norway, the Royal Marines operate in that kind of environment very often.
Today we're taking the guys through their ice-breaking drill. It's an essential drill that they need to go through.
So if at any time someone falls through the ice, they need to know how to get themselves out. An exercise intended to expose the soldiers to the elements by forcing them to escape from frozen water unassisted. And these guys only have a matter of minutes to do so before hypothermia and frostbite run its course. So every second counts.
Again, does everyone have to do that in the Royal Marines? That seems brutal. Makes sense though. I mean, every country around you guys has hella snow and ice, I feel like.
But with the right amount of determination, each soldier can succeed by pushing their gear up to the surface and pulling themselves free.
Is that to your satisfaction, Sergeant?
But they aren't the only ones under the surface.
That's crazy, bro.
The Navy SEALs train their soldiers with extreme underwater training.
You need to be prepared to execute some of the world's most dangerous missions in unforgiving environments.
During their first phase of training, they practice swimming, knot tying, and something called drown proofing, which is when candidates have to perform various tasks in the water while their hands and feet are tied.
First, we'll tie their feet. Then we tie their hands. Then we tie both feet and hands.
Then the next stage is this.
Imagine those dudes' fears, man. Like, some of them probably had a water phobia, but they got over it, right? Like, in training. But that's intense, bro. Having your hands and feet tied while you're drowning.
The instructors literally swim down and attempt to disorient you by pushing you around, taking your mask off, or taking your air away. And it's your job to resolve all the issues before returning to the surface.
If you don't do it in the right order, well, then you're out. You fail.
Okay, yeah, I've officially decided this is too much for me. I am never joining the Special Forces.
Dang, man. So that was a crazy video. Let me know if you guys think you guys have what it takes to do any of these Special Forces trainings, man. Catch you guys on the next video. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Peace.